Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. And, well, we got Bill Cooksey, we got Ron Wong in the studio, and we've talked Tennessee. Now let's talk to God's country. Let's talk to somebody from –
This guy was – all other acclaims, he was the July cover model for Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News.
He sure was. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
He's been the cover guy for a lot of time.
I know it.
Yeah.
Hey, he's famous. He's famous all over. I'm gonna get me an autographed copy of the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News with the next guest that we have coming on.
Well, we still got one guest that's hanging on. He's going to hang on with us all the way from Minnesota.
Yes, we Joe Opager, Director of Communications
and Joe
for FLW.
And Joe, clarify everything. We are having a junior tournament up there, right?
We are in conjunction. Like you mentioned, it's on Lake Gunnersville.
Yeah.
I didn't have the details in front of me, but I do now. They're competing on Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
And the champions actually getting recognized at the arena on stage prior to the tour weigh-in on Saturday night. So
that's wonderful. That's and I'm trying to. But someone I thought was from around here fishing in it. I know it's not one of Mark Rose's daughters, but it could be someday maybe. So we've got Mark Rose on with us to continue this Forest Wood Cup conversation. Getting ready for Lake Wheeler, based out of Huntsville, Alabama. And I know that before we jump into Mark Rose, who is everybody's favorite around here.
That's right.
You know, and first it's hard for me to believe that Mark Rose has been doing this for 18 years.
He seems like, really.
He still should be a pup. You know, I'm afraid.
He is a pup.
Yeah, I'm afraid to ask him how old he is. Well, I don't care. I'm old. How old are you, Mark?
I'm 44.
Oh, 44, middle-aged from 88-year-old man. So, I mean, that's the way you look at it. But before we jump into Mark and Joe and Ron and Bill, I did some figuring on this thing. All right, we got – how many guests we got on today? Joe doesn't count. Well, I mean, Joe does count. But, I mean,
yes,
he
does.
Yeah, he's not fishing. But we have 6, right?
Yep.
All right, we got 6 anglers on today's show. All right, they have a total of 68 years on the FLW Tour, the 6 guys. They have won $6.7 million. Okay?
Wow.
All right?
I'd round that to 6.8.
They have, 6.8. All right, 6.8. Yeah. They have 46 Cup appearances. 46.
Wow.
They have participated in 863 events. They have been in the top 10 141 times, and they have 16 victories. That's a pretty impressive. That's impressive. When Ron started putting these together, and I'm so glad that Mark has been included in this because, we'd hate to skip Mark.
Well,
he is our man after all.
Hometown man does well.
Is that what it is?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Mark Rose, good morning, buddy. And I know now they call you one of the veterans of the tour. I read that someplace. And so, your calloused hands and all the things you've been through and your ruddy complexion, now you are a veteran.
Larry, you're fired up this morning.
I am fired up. I've had too many bowls of sugar. Yeah. But tell our listeners out there about the preparation. Ron's going to ask you. Bill Cooksey here, you're on the cover. Man, that's pretty – you're on the cover of the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing.
That's right.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. How can I get a copy?
Autograph one and send it. We'll autograph you. We'll
get you one.
We need. I'll go get a handful of magazines.
Yeah.
Get them autographed, and I'm gonna go sell them because I can get rich in a hurry.
I want you and Ron Wong to sign it for me.
There you go.
there you go. What about this one, Mark? I mean, you've been in this thing now. This is your, I don't know how many, 9, 10 times. This is your 9th appearance in the Cup or 10th. Anything different as you get ready for Wheeler?
Well, I'm able to be pretty close to it, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Seems like lots of the last several Cups, I've been able to be pretty close to them, which is, as much as we've traveled and the burnout you start to get this time of year, it's kind of nice to be close, simply because a lot of my family and friends and people from my church and all, it gives them an opportunity to come over, and they really enjoy the show. They put on FLW puts on one of the best shows in the country, and it's nice for some of my close friends to be able to come over. But no, it's not any different. It's one of the Super Bowls of our sport, and just a big deal. And we all try to make it. We work so hard to try to make it all year, and the fact that you make it and you have that opportunity to win $300,000 and have a life-changing title, it's pretty good. I've been there several times, but I've never won it, and I'm certainly going to be working my butt off to try to win that thing this year.
Mark, Wheeler Lake, it's part of the Tennessee River chain, which you're so familiar with.
Yeah.
However, Wheeler sets up a little bit different than the Kentucky Lakes and the Pickwicks and even the Gunnersville, because it's a little bit different than those lakes in the way that it's laid out. Yes, you have river ledges, but they also have huge flats and big creeks coming in. How does that set up for you?
Well, the habitat there is a lot different than any of the other Tennessee River lakes. There's just not as many ledges. What I really like to do on the Tennessee River and the way I prefer to fish it, but I've fished it all day. I enjoy catching them shallow there, and there'll be the water's up right now, and there's going to be some fish caught shallow at Wheeler, more so than probably what I was thinking when I first heard it on the schedule. But there's also going to be some deep fish caught, and I think both of them are going to be a big player in this event. You're going to have to scratch and claw, and it's not going to be an easy one. In any August tournament, it's not going to be an easy one anywhere we go.
Yeah.
But it's going to fish tough. I mean, there's going to be a few schools probably where people are going to try to get to and have a boat race to, and outside of that, it's going to be a lot of hard work. Whoever wins this cup, it's not going to be given to them. It's not going to be. I don't think one guy's going to say, "Hey, I'm going to catch all 20 bass off of this one spot and win it." I don't think that's going to be the case. There'll be a true champion, and Wheeler's just not the shining star on the Tennessee River chain, but it's a good lake. It's got good flats and good habitat for them to spawn, and it doesn't have the grass like it used to have, but still, it's going to be a good one.
Well, yeah, and it's going to fish pretty small too. Although it's a big lake and it's long, it's really going to fish pretty small. I mean, there's going to be
it will, but
4 or 5
you have to
areas.
remember, in the Cup, there's not a 200-man field.
That's
either.
right.
We'll have a small field, so it won't be too bad in that respect. Now, if it was a 200-man field coming out of Decatur, it would fish small.
Well, let me ask you something, because this is what would it mean for Mark Rose to win this thing? I know you really are tight with FLW. You have stood by them, and that's been your launching ground, so to speak. You've been a spokesman for them. I know you love to fish in this organization. What would it mean for Mark Rose to stand on that thing at the end and have Ron Wong taking your picture as a winner? So.
Well, of course, it would mean a lot. Anytime you win one of those major, there's a few major titles in the sport. I've won a lot of tournaments, and I've had a good, successful career. I've been really blessed. But the Cup is one thing that I have not won, and it's on the bucket list. It doesn't define me, because I'm very content. I've been blessed. And all I've ever asked the good Lord for is for me to be able to make a living and provide for my family and work hard and share His love with people along the way. So I've been able to do that, and I can end my career without the Cup. But certainly, it would mean a lot. It would mean a lot for me to win an FLW title, because I do enjoy fishing FLW. When I came over here 10 years ago to exclusively fish this trail, I've been happy ever since. It's been my home. They've been like family, and I enjoy fishing all bass fish. I enjoy fishing little club tournaments around here. I fished some bass opens this year. I'm fishing Major League fishing. I'm not saying that I don't. I just enjoy fishing all of it. But
You're a river rat,
FLW
Mark.
has what I've staked my career on, and I have really enjoyed it. I wouldn't trade a thing. And to win that particular title with them would just mean a lot for me and my family.
You are a river rat, right?
Yeah, I am. I am. I'm right over here on the banks of the Mississippi River. I don't mind being called that. I'm just, me and my granddad set a lot of nets out and baited a lot of trout lines, and I've jumped to many of beaver dams and all that, getting in the backwater over here, so I don't mind being called that, Larry.
And Joe, and Ron will bring you in. Joe, the FLW champion, has not only a good fisherman, but he also becomes your spokesman. Mark Rose would be a good spokesman, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like you mentioned with Brad last segment, he had his media obligations after the Cup. I think he did every single radio show, that
He did
around the country. So, yeah. I mean, he was awesome, and that's the thing with Mark. He's a fantastic angler, but he's an even better person. I mean, he always picks up the phone. He's always done everything that we've ever, any interview or media appearance or anything like that we've ever asked him to do. And we know that we don't have to worry when we send Mark in. He's always going to say, the right thing and represent the company in a great way. And, we like Mark a lot, too. He would be a fantastic champion for us if it were to play out like that.
I know that his granddad, Walter, right?
That's right.
His grandpa Walt taught him a lot and learned a lot. And Mark has not changed. I don't care how much. Let's see, he's won $2 million. I've always wanted to know somebody that's won $2 million. And I know he's invested it right. So, but anyway, we got to take a break on it. Mark, thank you, buddy. Congratulations for all you've done. And your fans are here. In this area, but you've got them all over the world now, because this is a world championship right here. And so I don't believe in luck,
Larry.
Mark.
It's
you know
always
that.
A pleasure. And congratulations from all your success over the years, and it's been a pleasure to be able to be interviewed by you and know you and hunt and fish with you and work some outdoor ministry stuff with you. Always a pleasure.
All right, buddy. Thank you. All right, let's take
Mark,
a break.
Good luck.
Good luck, Mark. No, I don't say good luck. All right, go get him, Mark. All right, we'll be right back. Joe, you hang on, okay?
Sounds great.
Next on our list is Jacob Wheeler coming up next.
Yep.
I can't wait to talk to Jacob on
His
Outdoors
lake.
of Larry Ray. What?
His lake.
That is his way. Wheeler. Okay. Now you've got me really confused now. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry